Okay, it's Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com, and I am back with the promised video with some short ideas. And I've got TECD Tech Data up on the screen here, and if I clean this chart up and I just kind of zoom out, I just want to give you a feel for what this chart looks like on a longer term scale. You can see right now we're sitting at a support line that is held up for almost 3 years here, the better part of 3 years. So tomorrow morning they have got earnings coming out, I think before the bell. You can see this big spike in volume here. It feels like something is up here. It feels like maybe somebody knew the earnings weren't going to be all that hot. I don't know, but it's a very speculative type of play, and I'm not really comfortable with it myself, but I thought I would mention it to you because this looks like something's going on here. If we just take a look really at a trend channel, you could see it was starting to kind of rally off this base, and it just fell apart. This bright red candles, it's all selling there, BOP selling. There it is again, that BOP selling. And money stream, let's take a look at money stream. It's this red indicator, and through all this consolidation, through the 2.5 or almost 3 years, you can see now money stream is hitting a new low for that consolidation. So it smells like something's not right there. So if you are speculative in nature, you like risk, maybe check that one out, but not for me personally. Let's take a look at BVX, Bovi Medical Systems, or Bovi. And basically the play here, just take a look at the volume first of all. I mean, that alone is telling you something's going on here. This big breakdown through this support level, former resistance back here, acted as support back here, and now we're going to rally right back up into that level. And the volume is just tapering off into that. So that's what we like to see, high volume break of support, low volume rally into resistance, and that provides a shorting opportunity right up here around 760 or so. So take a look at that guy, and a couple other things. There's that fall out of that channel again, and it's returned to kiss a goodbye on big volume there. And if we take a look at the accumulation distribution indicators, you can see clearly TSV has just plunged below this zero line, and really that's the first time it's done it in well, almost in the entire history of the stock. So it looks like there's problems there, and even though we're up 7.25% today, I wouldn't let that scare me away from this trade. So keep an eye on this one. Maybe take a look at it as a short up around 750, 760. And let's take a look at LM, Legg Mason Investment Brokerage, and here we go. This is well within the context of an established downtrend. Maybe it's coming towards a close as this 50-day moving average is starting to just kind of flatten out here. I do see downside left here. I mean, there's plenty of downside down to $65, $70 in there. So the idea basically is we're pretty close to resistance up here, and it's obviously bumped into it and had a little hard time with it. So maybe you want to consider shorting it up around $90, $91, $92 with a stop maybe above $93.50 or something like that. If we just take a look real quick at accumulation distribution, you can see money stream is plunged down here to certainly lows for the year, lows for the last couple of years actually. TSV is just all over the place, and we see plenty of selling there in BOP. So all in all, LM looks like it's in pretty bad shape. I think the more I look at this chart, the more I think there is quite a bit of potential downside left. So do your homework and see what you think about it. I think my last pick for tonight is GFI, and this is Goldfields Limited. Now, I posted something about a link yesterday to a video about the possible end of the bull market in commodities. Where gold fits into that, I don't know. There's a high degree of correlation between, apparently, I didn't know this before last night, but there's a high degree of correlation between a failure in the housing market, or a top in the housing market and a top in commodities. I don't know how oil fits into that either, but here's GFI, and to me, if you just kind of, I didn't go looking for this. I just saw the chart pattern. I thought, of what I heard last night. So if I were to just draw in a quick trend line here, tell me what you see. Okay, I see a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, a neckline. It looks like a top to me. I think the volume pattern here is consistent with that. If we can do a little more detective work here, let's see, what else can we look at. That 50-day moving average has definitely turned the corner here. It's sloping down. It's got, about to meet up with that 200-day moving average. What else can we find here? Let's take a look at the indicators on accumulation distribution. Yeah, well, look at that. That's a pretty ugly profile in MoneyStream. You have a new high over here, and it's making a lower high, and then it's making another lower high, and TSV's below that zero line. There's nothing at all this whole entire year that looks very bullish there as far as accumulation goes. Now we're seeing price moves. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's big money or smart money or committed money. It went from 18 to 26, which in and of itself is a nice move, but there was just, you could see why it didn't go much further than that. There was just no support to it in that buying there. So GFI, I think let's take a look at how we could play this. And it looks like it's doing a little something here. It might be rallying up. So maybe there's a trend line here that comes into effect somewhere around 2150. So keep that in mind. Obviously, if you see stars like this up towards the top, like we're forming right now, or dojis like these, up towards this level of resistance, then it sounds like a pretty good short. The other way you could play it is you could wait for a breakdown below that neckline and short it as it breaks that neckline, or you could wait for a break below the neckline and a rally back up on light volume and short it there. The problem is maybe this scenario doesn't happen, and as far as the breakdown through the neckline, then you're giving up basically 2.5, maybe 3 points of this in here. So GFI, I think, is definitely worth a look. That's a big major top. Let's see what it looks like on a weekly chart. And this is one thing you want to do. You want to see if your daily charts are confirmed by your weekly charts. If if your daily charts are confirmed by intraday charts, you'll see these formations in all time frames. So to me, it looks like a big top, and I would say there is say 18, 24, 6 points, so maybe down to $12 in here. So it's a pretty good trade. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm a little low on energy, so I apologize for my my slurred speech and my kind of slow demeanor tonight. But hopefully we'll get back on the ball tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.